What's up, adventurers? My name is Platinum Phoenix, and welcome back to Fire Emblem Engage. Last time, we defeated Sombron, but at the cost of the 12 emblems. And this time, we are going to be starting the post-game of Fire Emblem Engage. Or, more specifically, the Xenologue, which technically isn't a post-game, but whatever. And for clearing the main story of the game, we actually get a bunch of rewards here. And some of them don't matter, but those 3 expert books are amazing to have just for inheriting skills. But the real rewards out of this are actually the crystals, because the crystals are what you use to augment the equip weapons, which is very important for the Xenologue, but I will explain that once we actually get into it. We also unlock difficulty level 41 plus for the relay trials, which gets you even more crystals if you need them. And the Vicious Volcano, which is the Gradlon location for the relay trials. But with all that being said, we just need to run over to the well. So at the well, all we need to do is click Inspect, and then to Xenologue, and let's begin the Xenologue.
Faced one way, 1,000 years separation. The other way, 100 years regret. Pray, dream of my sorrow. Pray, dispel the darkness from this world. The only light here is in memory, and the hope you instilled flickers. Alas, I know the truth. In this world, there is no salvation. In this world, there is no you.
Where am I? This isn't the Somniel. Who are you?
I am... No, it is no matter. My name lost its meaning long ago.
But I have this strange feeling, as if the two of us have met somewhere.
We have never met before. Not in any way you would understand. I'm speaking to you from across a mirror. You are my reflection, and my land's last hope. Please. I need your assistance. Will you save those who are important to me?
Of course. I'll help however I can.
Really? You accept my plea without hearing what it entails?
I suppose I feel like helping you might ease some of my own anxieties. Almost as if this is a chance to get back something that I lost a long time ago. In short, yes, I'm here for you.
I'm glad to hear you say so. I was afraid you would refuse, since I'm unable to explain all the details. Suffice to say that the land I speak of is threatened by a foe with a wicked heart. The only hope for my people is for you to collect the 7 bracelets.
Bracelets?
In my world, emblems dwell inside bracelets. You will need them in order to succeed. Now, I will transport you there. Those you encounter after arriving will guide you.
Will you and I meet again?
We will not. Nor have we ever met. Not even in this very moment.
You speak so cryptically. Still, I get the feeling I will see you again.
Be off now. I thank you, and wish you good fortune in the battles ahead. Goodbye, my fellow Divine Dragon. My twin from another world. On your journey, I hope you feel joy, suffering, sorrow, and love. Because I will feel nothing anymore. I will never awaken again.
So bright.
Sister, it worked! Our prayers are answered!
After all these long years, at last our savior has come. You.
Is that?
Where am I?
You are in Lethos Castle. We have long awaited your arrival. Thank you for answering our prayers. I am Nell, one of the dragons who resides here.
And I am Nil, her twin brother.
It's nice to meet you, Nell. And you, Nil. I'm the Divine Dragon.
So you are the Divine Dragon.
Fate has made a cruel and mysterious choice.
It is such a joy to see you reborn.
Reborn? What does that...
The Divine Dragon is deceased. You fell in the last war. Our world has been consumed by darkness in the time since. We have long prayed for a savior to aid us, and your appearance seems to be our answer. It is unfortunate. I would have preferred never to see you again.
Nell?
But we are in desperate need of aid, and we do not have the luxury of choice. I will speak no more of it. Please follow me.
I'm so sorry, Divine One. She is rather more upset by this than I would have expected. She and the Divine Dragon have a somewhat complicated history.
This is the Bracelet Vault. Here, our emblem bracelets are kept secure.
I see.
Upon that pedestal lies the bracelet of the Shepherd Exalt. It is the sole bracelet in our possession. The emblems within it are safely in slumber.
There are 7 bracelets in total. We lost the other 6 in the war with Sombron.
So, he exists in your world as well.
I will explain from the beginning. The first dragons were born millennia ago, and from them came the divine and fell dragons. For a time, there was peace, until the fell dragons turned to conquest and destruction. With the world under threat, the divine dragons and the people prayed for salvation. And that salvation came in the form of beings from other worlds known as emblems. The emblems were manifestations of those ardent prayers for peace.
My sister and I were performing that ancient rite when you arrived. We thought a new emblem would appear to save us.
And you got me.
Yes, it was quite the shock. I'm still a bit beside myself.
The emblems brought an end to the fighting, but only temporarily. 1,000 years ago, Sombron sought to exploit the emblems for his own ambitions.
We experienced that war firsthand. It was awful. The entire continent became a battlefield. The dragons and the royal families fought over the emblems until all sides were exhausted.
But as we stood upon the brink of annihilation, the Divine Dragons won a key victory. Lumera, the Divine Dragon Monarch, imprisoned fell dragon Sombron, at the cost of her life.
My mother died 1,000 years ago?
Her sacrifice bestowed peace upon the people even as they mourned her passing. But it was her successor who healed the wounded land and returned it to prosperity.
Her successor? You mean the next Divine Dragon Monarch?
Yes. You.
The Divine Dragon Monarch after Lumera was her own begotten child.
So I took the throne after she died. This is so different from the history of my world.
You are a wonderful ruler. Under your reign, it seems like the world would be at peace for the rest of time. But it was not to be. Sombron eventually returned, and another war began.
Whosoever gathers all 7 of the awakened emblems will be granted immense power. Sombron intended to use that power to exact revenge and restore the Fell Dragon's honor. To achieve that end, he was willing to set the whole world ablaze.
And I take it I lost this war.
No, not exactly. You and Sombron, each slew the other. On the night of the decisive clash, you and he perished at the same moment.
So the Fell Dragon is already gone? Then who is it that's putting your world in danger now?
An unknown malefactor is attempting to fulfill the late Sombron's ambitions.
They come and go without a trace. We know nothing of their whereabouts or appearance. All we know for sure is that, like Sombron, this individual wants to collect the 7 bracelets. In fact, we believe they already have 2.
1 in Lethos Castle, 2 in enemy hands. Where are the other 4?
Each of the 4 nations of Elyos possesses one. They once fought under a single banner, but that changed drastically after your death. Now, with nothing to unite them, the little ones, the humans, bicker among themselves. Thus far, they have kept one another in check, but war could break out at any moment.
I don't know if the Divine Dragon's army was ever truly united. I saw them argue, in this very castle, about which nation was to blame for your death. Which is absurd, of course. It was no one's fault.
Now that our savior has arrived, it is imperative we reclaim the bracelets. The conflict we have avoided for years will soon be inevitable. You may need to cross blades with people who resemble your own friends and allies.
I understand. I'll brace myself for that possibility. So, you're both divine dragons, like me?
What gave you that impression?
You said you were dragons, and you live in Lethos Castle, so I just assumed.
Your assumption is incorrect.
What she means, Divine One, is that we...
Watch out! Assassins!
No!
She's a fell dragon!
My brother and I both. In this world, fell dragons are born as twins. We severed ties with our father during the last war. We now fight against our misguided kin.
I cannot transform, but that does not stop me from fighting at Nell's side.
Fell dragon twins.
I suppose I simply assumed that you would already know what we were. It seems I was mistaken. If you will not aid us, you may leave. We will defend this world ourselves.
No, I'll fight with you. I don't care about your heritage. If you truly want to protect this world, I'll be your ally.
Oh, that's a relief. Now, let us march into battle together, just like the good old days.
Show us your medal, Divine One. We shall see if you are truly the answer to our prayers.
Alright, the Fel Xenologue development. In Fel Xenologue battles, your allies will have a predetermined classes and levels. Their inventories are also predetermined, but you can swap items between units normally. Allies who fall in battle will return afterwards, regardless of your difficulty setting. So you're playing on casual, basically, instead of classical. But when it says their classes are predetermined, that's only specific characters. And I'll go over what that means in a minute. But let's go ahead and just get into guest allies. The Fel Xenologue features unique allies who will join you in each battle as guests. Nell is a powerful dragon unit. Nil is a capable support unit, in conjunction with emblems, but not well suited to the front lines. It's actually really cool. I like these two characters because Nell is our first opportunity of using a character who can actually transform into a dragon without an emblem, because Tiki technically gives us that option regularly. But Nell can just do it for free, basically, and have a completely different emblem if you want her to have one. And Nil works very good with support emblems, or tank emblems, really. He's very customizable. Losing either Nell or Nil will count as a defeat, so be careful in using them. And the first thing I want to do is go into unit selection, because I don't want either of these two. And I want to show that the Divine Dragon is no longer a cavalry unit, because they are forced to be a dragon child in these Fel Xenologues. The reason for this is technically the Fel Xenologues open up to you after chapter 6, I want to say. And at that point, you don't actually have any master seals, so you are only a divine dragon child instead of a regular divine dragon or any other class for that matter. So they force you into being the dragon child. But I want to bring... I think I'm going to bring Alcrest and we'll bring Cedal. The other thing to keep in mind, I'll actually remove my model for this. The skills. Any inherited skills or any skills from emblems are still carried over into the Fel Xenologue. So you want to make sure you have the skills that you want your unit to have when you come into the Fel Xenologue, because those are really the only things that are not predetermined by the Fel Xenologue itself. Also, which emblems they have are also not predetermined. And if we actually go to the emblem ring tab, we can give Nell and Nil emblem rings. And I'm actually going to give Nell, ironically, another dragon.
Tiki.
I want her to have Tiki. And for Nil, I think I'm really tempted to give him Leaf. And honestly, I think I'm actually going to give him Leaf.
Leave it to me.
Just because it gives Nil a little bit of extra HP and defense, which is very good for a support unit. But with that, I don't even need to move units around. We are just going to start this fight.
The enemy has most likely come for the bracelet of the Shepherd Exalt. We must stop them here, before they can reach its location.
Ooh.
And we must defeat the mystery fighter, and we lose if Nell, Nil, or the Divine Dragon are defeated. And I want to just talk about why I decided to wait so long to do the Fel Xenologue. And it's actually because of Nell and Nil. And the fact that they are Divine Dragons, actually. Because I believe that if the Divine Dragon came here after learning about, basically, as soon as he could, it wouldn't make sense for him to help Nell or Nil. Because his whole growing and character development throughout the game is that he learns that not all Fel Dragons are evil. Hence, like, Vale, his sister, is not evil. But up until, like, chapter 22 or something like that, it makes almost no sense for him to come here and help Nell or Nil. Because he would assume that that Fel Dragons are evil and that they only want to bring chaos to the world. And
I will fight for you.
I wanted to make it so that, one, he knew that he was a Fel Dragon himself, making it more logical for him to want to fight with the fight together with the Fel Dragons against an adversary against Sombron, or Sombron's, like, affiliate, I guess. But again, that takes most of the game, so I just wanted to wait for the post-game for this to be introduced. The other thing is, this world has a slightly different history than the one we just fought in. And it's actually counterdicted by Sombron himself from the last chapter.
I'm sorry.
Mostly because Sombron admits that the Fel Dragons only are in Lethos, are in Elyos, because he came from a different world with a emblem that he was cast out from the world and he only had the emblem with him. And then he created the other Fel Dragons to basically his children, to be perfect pawns for him to use in a war and to try to conquer Elyos. But in this world, apparently there is, I guess, I forget if they said, like, god dragons, but, like, super divine dragons that then split into the divine dragons and the Fel Dragons, aka Lumera and eventually Sombron, which is very different from how it is portrayed in the main game. But we are actually just going to end this fight right here. I wanted to bring Alcrest because he's the only one that's really needed for this fight. But I wanted to use everyone else because honestly, it gave me some fluff to. It gave me a little bit of a extension to my time to talk about some stuff.
Hand over the bracelet.
Now I have you.
Hand over the bracelet. How about no? Take shotgun.
Now that was fun. You won. This time.
And that is quite literally all you have to do for this first chapter of the Fell Xenologue. It is so easy if Alcrest has Lyn. It is ridiculous. You could also do this with like Acetal and Ivy probably could get it done in one turn, but I just find Alcrest to be the easiest one to do it. Also, Phoenix and Marth are definitely not the MVPs of this chapter.
They got away. I was hoping we would finally learn their identity.
At least we got back the bracelet they were carrying. That's...
The bracelet of the ancestor. It seems different since we last laid eyes on it.
Maybe this emblem can tell us about their time in enemy hands. I'll summon them again so we can talk. Huh? That's strange.
What?
The invocation isn't coming to me. Perhaps it's because I'm in a new world? But that's no good. Summoning emblems is what a divine dragon does.
Divine dragon? I'm Tiki. Are you a divine dragon like me?
Well...
Impossible. Emblems in this state shouldn't be able to speak.
Hello, Emblem Tiki. I might be able to summon you again, but your invocation isn't coming to me. Do you know it?
I don't know anything about an invocation. My head feels fuzzy. It hurts. Please, don't make me fight anymore. I don't like hurting people.
You need not act against your will. Allow me to return you to peaceful slumber.
You can do that?
I can indeed. But I am unfamiliar with this summoning power of which you speak. The divine dragon of this world was able to cleanse fallen emblems. It would seem that you cannot do the same. So I will send Emblem Tiki to rest. In slumber, she will be safe from those who would exploit her power. No longer will she be compelled to fight.
You might say we are containing her power in the bracelet. Sadly, since we lack the ability to awaken emblems, she cannot aid us any further.
It sounds like our only option right now. Please, go ahead. Whatever benefits there might be to keeping her awake, I won't force her to fight. Tiki, I hope we'll meet again someday.
I'd like that. When we do, let's play together lots, okay?
Absolutely.
Farewell, Emblem Tiki. Sweet dreams.
Night-night.
Now, so long as we keep her away from the enemy, she will be able to rest.
Thank you, Nell.
We place our emblems into slumber as a matter of course, to prevent their exploitation. Emblem Tiki was thus asleep when she was taken, but she returned to us awake. Our foe must therefore possess the power to awaken emblems.
Only divine and fell dragons can control them in that way. There are no divine dragons left in this world, so that means our enemy is a fell dragon. One of our siblings, in other words.
If it's a sibling of yours, then do you have any idea who it could be?
We have many brothers and sisters, but we're not acquainted with all of them. Many died in the most recent war. There is no telling which of them survived.
The power to control emblems is rare. If we knew the culprit, we would surely recall. Perhaps this child was born after we left Sombron, or developed this power late.
Dragon powers are unpredictable. I cannot transform myself or control emblems at all. Sombron deemed me a failure. If I had stayed with him, I would probably be dead by now.
How awful.
I managed to survive only because Nell took me with her when she left. It angers me to think that our siblings could be behind this. To be given that kind of power, only to use it for evil. What a waste.
Nell.
Sorry. It's not my intention to poison the mood.
So, Divine One, our objective is to put an end to the ambitions of Sombron's mysterious heir. Since we are fighting to return the emblems to slumber, they will not be able to help us. Knowing this, it is your choice whether or not to join our cause. What say you?
Yes, I'll help.
Splendid! It is such a comfort to have you on our side. Isn't it, Nell?
After what I saw in that battle, I must agree. But I will remain unsettled by the necessity of fighting alongside this dead dragon.
Oh, I unsettle you, do I?
Please, there is no need to quarrel. Why don't the two of you shake hands and agree to be friends from now on?
I decline.
Then I guess I'll pass too.
You could at least try to get along.
Before we depart the castle, Nil, we should say our farewells.
Oh, agreed.
I didn't know anyone else was in the castle. Is it a person I know?
You are welcome to come find out. But what you see may upset you.
It looks to be a monument of some kind.
This is the resting place of the Divine Dragon. Your grave. I did warn you.
We will be just a moment, Divine One. You can go back if you like.
Actually, do you mind if I say something? I'd like to speak to my other self, who lived here with you.
I think that would be a lovely gesture.
Visiting my own gravestone. Not something I ever thought I'd do. I can see why Nell is unsettled by this situation. I promise to fulfill your role and protect those important to you as best I can. And with that, my reflection, goodbye.
Why can't I turn into a dragon like you and Father?
There. You may someday.
I'm a failure. I'm weak.
No, Nell. You are strong. Surely you will be able to transform eventually.
When?
Not even Father can say for sure. But until then, hold on to this.
Your Dragonstone? But you won't be able to transform without it.
I can if you carry it for me. And I know you will always be by my side. We are two halves of a whole, Nell. This power is ours to share.
Our power.
There is actually one more reason that I didn't talk about of why I wanted to wait so long to do this Xenologue, and that is because it is actually a sort of mini story for the Divine Dragon to go through, and I didn't want to try to interweave two completely different stories and shove them all into the main Let's Play. So I wanted to focus on the main story for the Let's Play and only do like the Emblem paralogs and the Divine paralogs, and then wait to do this for after we learned everything from the main story. But with that being said, the world map for the Xenologue. The Xenologue has its own map, which you'll traverse as you progress the story. You can use the world map menu to return to the world of the main story or the Somniel. You can also fight in skirmishes that will appear in areas you've already completed. So this is just another place where you can train or get more money if they appear here. But I think we are going to call this episode here. So I hope that everyone enjoyed watching. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Next time, we head for the Verdant Gardens over in Furine. But until then, happy adventuring.